Good morning. It's the 4th of March, 2026, and I'm Reg Knight. Former Congressman Jasmine Crockett was defeated by James Rico in the Texas Democratic primary for senator last night. It was not without controversy. Former Congressperson Crockett did say that she believed that her constituents in Dallas County were being disenfranchised, but she went further to say that this race was too important to get embroiled in controversies. It was bigger than one person. She encouraged all Texans to gather around Mr. Talrico and do what they need to do to get him into office. And I agree with her, because that is one less seat that Republicans will fill to do Donald Trump's bidding. There is another item of interest today that I'd like to bring to your attention, and that's about the war reporting coming out of the Middle East. I have noticed when I watch international news, I get a totally different opinion on the same issues from Al Jazeera and the India Times, Hindustan Times, among others, as opposed to Fox and CNN and MSNBC, which pretty much look like the same news organization these days. There is some controversy growing about the number of casualties that the U.S. has, that Iranians have inflicted on U.S. forces since the 28th of February. Now, I've seen some videos where, for example, there was a destroyer, a U.S. destroyer, which I will not name, was hit by several missiles, not drones, missiles. And, I'm not a physicist, but I can tell you this: you can't cheat physics. And if, in fact, a destroyer was hit by that type of munition several times, it is virtually impossible not to have some casualties. I believe, and this is my personal opinion, that the War Department and the Trump administration are concealing U.S. losses because they realize that seeing men and women come home in body bags is going to be unpalatable to the American public. Only 1 in 4 support this war in the first place. And it'll only get worse if they actually saw the numbers. So this morning, I'm asking you guys to do 2 things. First, if you live in Texas, the election primary is over. Get behind your candidate and do whatever you have to do to turn Texas blue again. Simple. Point 2, I want you to go to YouTube or any place where you can find an international media source. You can find Al Jazeera Live on YouTube. It's absolutely free. And I want you to look at some of the news articles they're reporting on and compare and contrast with that which you're hearing on CNN, MSNBC, Fox, etc. Some reports they're completely ignoring. For example, did you know that U.S. Marines fired on protesters in Karachi, Pakistan a few days ago, resulting in at least 10 deaths and multiple injuries? Did you know that? Probably not, because that is not going to make front page news here in the United States. It's the 4th of March, 2026, and I'm Reg Knight. Have a good day.